live. Go for it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pace Sports. I am your host, Ronnie Romanelli, alongside my colleagues Sean O'Neill and Jackson King. We're happy to give you the first episode of Pace Sports, a little podcast we decided to start to go over the sports world, anything and everything. We have a few topics we'd like to go over today, starting with NFL Week 1, and we'll just move on from that. So we have the NFL regular season starting today. The Green Bay Packers travel to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears.
FYI, this probably won't be up in time, but we're recording it beforehand.
Yes.
Of course. So if we predict the exact score,
you owe us $20.
Be proud of us.
Yeah. So
put a wager down right now.
Big game for both teams. This is a very big divisional matchup in the NFC North. The line right now is set at Chicago -3.
-3.
I think that's fair. I mean, Chicago's the better team, right? I mean, overall, they're just the better team.
I mean, for a stat line, yeah, -3. I like it, but I honestly think Chicago's winning by 10. I don't think it's as close.
You think more. That's the way you're going. Okay.
Yeah, I think Chicago. I don't think the Packers line up. There's too many question marks there. You got Aaron Rodgers, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, arguably the most talented QB to ever play, and then you got Devontae Adams. But other than that, you're surrounded by question marks.
I think the Packers improve.
I don't know. People are high on Aaron Jones, but I think Aaron Jones can work out. But other than that, a lot of question marks.
There are a lot of question marks.
Well, when it comes to Chicago, the offense just doesn't seem to intrigue me as much as a Green Bay.
I mean, yeah, because Chicago doesn't have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can go.
No, because their offense doesn't have that star receiver that I think they need to put them over the top. That's why I don't have them winning the Super Bowl this year, as many people do. But that defense, I don't think they regress at all. I think if anything, they have a better season than they did last season. Just more time to gel. The pieces are pretty much the same.
So who do you have winning the NFC North?
Bears. Just don't have them winning at all.
Okay. Do you think the Vikings will be in there?
No. I think there's too much talent in the NFC for the Vikings to make a playoff run.
I don't know. I think the Packers are the third best team in the division. I think the Bears are the best team. I think the Vikings are right behind them, and I think the Packers are right behind them.
I have a lot of contrary here on my side of things. I like Green Bay not only to win tonight, I like them to win the division. I think this team improved a lot more than many people think on the defensive side of the ball. I'm a fan of Aaron Jones, and I think that the Aarons and the backfield of the offense of the Packers can really move the ball around this season. You got Devontae Adams, Marquez Scalding. You got a nice receiving core. I think the Packers can make a run here.
I mean, is anyone doubting their offense, though? I mean, I don't think
doubt
that's the
their
problem.
offense.
It's definitely their defense. What strides that they made on defense effectively to, put them over the hump and make them a good defensive team and not just put up high-scoring games every
I put them in the
game.
same category as the Browns in this case, is that everybody is super high on the Browns. They're one of the best offenses we've ever seen. But if you look at all the defensive pieces they gave away to make this offense work, I think the Packers and the Browns are pretty much on the same level, but the competition, the NFC, I think is much larger than the AFC this year. So I just don't think the Packers can make the cut.
I like that. I just think that team improved a lot more on defense than many people may think.
Well, that's to be seen tonight then.
I think this is a really good division in general, though. I don't even the Lions. They're the worst team in this division, but I don't think they're a terrible team. I think their record might show they're worse than they actually are because they have to play the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings 6 times in total. But I don't think they're that bad of a team. It's a really good division.
Yeah, it could be arguably the best division, not only in the NFC but in the entire league.
Yeah,
I say the NFC South, but.
Yeah, I mean that's another one. But when you have that weak link in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it kind of takes away from it.
Yeah, but if strength of the top three.
You can't do that to me.
Yes, we can, Jackson.
A person to watch out for tonight. Watch out for Zadarius Smith, number 55, the new signing for Green Bay on that linebacker position. Had 8.5 sacks last year. Just keep an eye on him. He's one of the acquisitions that Green Bay made on the defensive side of the ball that could give them a little extra oomph on that side of the ball.
They've lost Clay Matthews in that leadership role, though. So
yes, that is going to be a big loss.
I think the talent went up, but the leadership went down. I don't think they
Yeah,
have that
his
shot
talent
power.
had gone down for a long time, but I think his leadership had always been there, and
Yeah.
that hurts. That's a whole new defense they have to be ready for.
So predictions for tonight's game? Anyone?
I've got the Bears winning by 10. I go something like 27-17. Or no. 30-21. That's what I'm going with.
30-21.
Hmm.
Ronnie?
I got the Green Bay Packers winning this one in Soldier Field, 27-20.
27-20. All right. I'm never a big fan of predictions, everybody, because I know when people predict games, they like to pick close, they like to pick one-score games. I'm taking the Bears 34-20.
Wow.
I don't think this game is going to be as close as people think. I'm still not as high as you are on the Packers defense. I like the Bears offense, even though they don't have that big weapon on the outside that I think they need to put them over the top. Still think they're going to be highly productive. Matt Nagy is a great offensive mind. That defense is stellar. I think something like maybe like 34-37-20 is what we're looking at tonight.
I could definitely see the Bears offense not getting much done tonight, though, and the Packers putting up a lot of points. I can see that scenario definitely happening.
Yeah, I mean, it could take the Bears a couple of weeks to get used to it. I mean,
Yeah.
their offense is an offense that needs time to gel, as we've seen in the past with Mitchell Trubisky. So I think, it could be a rough night for Chicago, but also that defense can win games for them. We've seen that in the past.
And if we were at Lambeau, I'd say it's a different story, but Aaron Rodgers historically has a little trouble scoring against the Bears, and we're in Soldier Field tonight. I don't think it's close.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Bears are the best defense in football?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I'm looking at everything. I don't see anybody that's a better defense.
Khalil Mack is the best defensive player in the league.
He's my defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's fair to choose anyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, Aaron Donald, you can make the case for.
Oh, yeah,
Wagner,
of course.
not Leighton Vander, the Colts linebacker.
No disrespect to any of those guys.
He just doesn't have a weak part of his game. He can cover people. He can rush the passer. He
Yeah,
plays well on the run stop.
It's hard to find guys that can actually win games on the defensive side. And
But-
with Khalil Mack, it's just...
Wasn't it against the Packers that he put up the one interception, one forced fumble, and one sack or something like that in the one game?
Sure, that was early in the year, right?
It was, yeah. I think it was before Aaron Rodgers made that second half comeback against them, which we'll ignore that.
If you're a Bears fan, I'm not going to ignore it.
We'll ignore that with my pick today.
Okay.
All right. So we just want to move into our week one predictions in general and just fire through these?
Sure.
All right. Game one, Bears-Packers we already got. And let's just not take score lines and all these because that might take a little too long.
Go.
Bills-Jets.
These are two sneaky teams, I think. I mean, obviously you get the juggernaut. That might not be as much of a juggernaut as they are in New England. But Buffalo and the Jets are almost ready to take the next step. I like the Jets at home.
Yeah.
And I see them winning pretty close.
I can't not pick the Jets. New York loyal. Woo.
I don't think either of these teams are going places this year, but I think the Bills win this game.
I think one of them could sneak into the wild card spot if they have a good season.
Yes, one of them could sneak into the wild card spot, but I still think the Patriots are the best team in that division. And
they're not winning the division.
Until someone falls off, I think they're the best team. And I mean, we know the Dolphins aren't doing anything in that division, but.
Okay. So yeah, we could. Anyway, Titans-Browns.
Titans-Browns. This is a fun one.
This is a big game for
We
Cleveland.
gotta see what the Browns do. I mean,
and this is
kind
a
of an
make or
easy
break year
test,
from
though.
Mariota too. So.
I saw Tennessee in their Week 3 preseason game against the Steelers, and they looked atrocious on the offensive side of the ball. It was terrible. Mariota was really bad. Tannehill wasn't much better. I think this Titans team has a long season ahead of them. I see the Browns rolling through them.
Yeah, what I'm really not looking forward to is ESPN and every news station after the Browns romp on this one because they're going to be like they're the best team ever and they're playing
the hype is big.
All right.
The hype is very big.
I don't think it's going to stop after this
I think unanimous pick here on the Browns?
Yes.
Okay. Eagles-Redskins. Do we even have to talk about that one?
This is the biggest line of all the Week 1 games at 10 points. And I think
they
it's
blow it
just
out of the water. I'm pumping the over on that one.
yeah, I think Philly wins by at least 2 touchdowns, at least.
All right.
I mean, I think everyone's got Philly winning, but I don't. The Redskins aren't a terrible team. Not the worst team in the NFL.
If they had their QB situation figured out, I would be higher on the Redskins, but no. They have
I'm not
3
as high
guys
on
and
the
neither
Eagles
of
as
them
Yeah.
are
other
starter.
people are.
QB is the most important player on both sides. You can't go into a season without a number 1 guy being solidified. I just don't think it works out for any team.
Carson Wentz needs to be healthy this year. It's going to be really
Yes,
important. If he
for
is, he's one of the
Philadelphia.
best quarterbacks.
Yes.
All right. I think we're getting into one of my favorite matchups, if not my favorite matchup of the week. Falcons-Vikings.
Mm.
That's that strong division again.
Yes,
I don't think the
I see a
Falcons are going to
high-scoring
be
game.
that good this year. I really don't.
I
don't think they're going to be that
disagree.
good. And I think the
I
Vikings
disagree
are
as
home.
well.
I take the Vikings. I think the division that they're in, I think the Panthers are better. I think that the Saints are definitely better. And I have the Falcons as the
I
best
think that's
team in
the
that
division we can see 3 playoff teams out of.
I think it's possible.
I really
But, I
do.
mean, it's rare, though, that happens because teams beat up on each other. I mean, you
It's
gotta play those
possible,
teams.
but don't forget that NFC North. You got Packers,
know.
Vikings, Bears, even the Lions. But I like Atlanta in this game. I think Atlanta's better. I think they improved with a nice, healthy Devontae Freeman. You know, God forbid he gets hurt again. He's got to stay healthy this year. They lose Tevin Coleman, but I still think this offense is a force to be reckoned with. And Atlanta over Minnesota, 32-31. I know you said no scores, but I'm giving my score. 32-31.
You think it's a nail biter right to the end?
Yes, of course. This is going to be a shootout. Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Matty Ice, and the boys take it 32-31.
Now, one thing I do have to say about this game is that the Falcons, I guess they have Keanu O'Neal back, but as far as running backs, they have allowed a lot of fantasy points, particularly,
Yes.
which add up to regular game stats. I think they were like 4th in fantasy points for running back because I think their defensive policy is more like just keep everything in front of you. So they allow check downs, stuff like that. So I think Dalvin Cook has a big game, but I still think the Falcons take it.
As far as the Falcons go, I am very worried that Matt Ryan's going to hit a cliff at some point, and it may be this season, it may be next season, but he's going to hit that cliff. I think their offense is going to slow down eventually. I think the Vikings are going to take this in a lower scoring game than you think.
I disagree. I think Matt Ryan is the most underrated player in football.
I think that's fair to say for the last years, but he's getting up there in age. What is he?
30. I think he's only like 32. Hold on.
I'm looking it up.
Don't sleep on Matty Ice.
I'm not.
All right, 30. He's 34.
34. Not this year.
We look at, you can't look at like someone like Tom Brady as the archetype for what happens when
Yeah.
players get old. But like,
Usually
he's
you got
getting
about
up there in
35.
age, and he's I don't think he's an amazing quarterback. He hasn't had like
Mm.
he hasn't been a top 5 quarterback the last couple
He
years. So
made a Super Bowl run.
Oh, yeah, he's been a
Years
top
ago.
5 quarterback in the
He's been a top
past.
5
I mean,
quarterback.
he's had some issues, but
he's had top
he
5
needs
team.
to get some credit.
They've had a top 5 offense.
He's the last 2 years he hasn't been up to par, but when he is, well, you got to watch out. He could be the best quarterback in the league.
All right.
I think the Vikings are. I'm very high in the Vikings this year. So
I'm not.
that's why I have them winning.
All right. Chiefs at Jaguars.
Uh-oh.
This is definitely Chiefs, but I mean,
Arguably the best offense
Ooh.
against the best defense.
the Jaguars' defense started declining last year, and it was sad to see because you just want to see them have a good offense while they had a good
Well,
defense.
their defense fell apart because their offense couldn't put anything together. So their
Exactly.
defense was playing. I think their defense played the most snaps out of any defense in the NFL.
Do you think
Yep.
their offense is going to start putting things together this year? Because
Yes.
Much more, definitely more than last year, but not going to be like a top 10 offense by
Saint
any
Nick,
means.
baby.
Yeah.
Good old
I think
Saint Nick.
the Foles to Westbrook connection is real.
It's
So
gonna be
D.
insane.
Westbrook and Nick Foles, they love each other.
I know Blake Bortles was bad, but I think there were just problems in their offense that they were running.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know
Prediction
that
number
that's going
one,
to just work. with Nick
D.D.
Foles.
Westbrook has at least 7 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown this week.
And I think this is not just an easy game for Kansas City. This is going to be in Jacksonville.
That
I
doesn't mean
mean,
much. Their
it could
attendance is abysmal.
I would watch out for those Jaguars. This is definitely a game that the Chiefs cannot take advantage of.
No, definitely
We've
not.
seen Mahomes struggle against some bad teams because you know what? This Jaguars, that stadium's going to be rocking. Watch out. I like the Chiefs
I
to
don't
win,
think
but
a
it's going to be a
Jaguar stadium is
one-score game.
ever rocking.
Oh, it's going to be rocking. Rah, rah, rah. The Bank
I think-
Field, TIAA Bank.
I think it's close at halftime, but I think the Chiefs pull away late. Some late touchdowns. I think they win by at least a touchdown.
I don't know. All right. Ravens at Dolphins.
Good night.
Just
I'm taking the
are
Dolphins to
ever
be
gonna
upset.
favored? Oh, come on.
No. But Lamar Jackson has recently stated that he is going to lead the best offense that football has ever seen. And if
No.
they can't do it against the Dolphins,
Yeah, this Dolphins team.
That game's not gonna be fun to watch. And any
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
watching.
interested.
I'm not
It's
watching.
gonna be a low
I'm
scoring game
interested.
probably.
I want to see that Lamar Jackson offense. I want to see what they're doing. They're
It's going to be
revolutionary football.
a stink fest, I think. I mean, everybody's giving him credit. Let's see him a whole full season with Lamar Jackson at the helm. I think they blow through Miami, but I'm not on the train that everybody else is on, that Jackson's going to be a Super Bowl
I don't
champion,
I
MVP.
like their defense.
Agree.
I like them maybe as a sneaky 5-6 seed. I don't think they take the division.
Yeah, they're sneaky, but not enough.
They're not a Super Bowl contender. They are a playoff
No.
contender.
Yeah.
All right, another one of my favorite matchups. Rams at Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about
This
this
one's
one.
gonna be fun. This one's really close. These are two good teams they're playing, and this will be a really good test to see how good the Panthers are this year.
Yep. At home against a tough team. Cam Newton, is he healthy? We don't know. We'll have to see.
All the
but-
reports are saying that he is good to go. His ankle is fine.
Yeah.
That
I know.
preseason injury is nothing to worry about. His shoulder
A
is throwing
healthy
motions back
Cam
and
Newton is very scary.
Yes. Very scary.
very scary.
Especially with his right-hand man, guy who played 97% of snaps on the
CMC.
offensive side.
Hold it down.
Run CMC, my number one pick in my fantasy league. He should be the number one pick in anybody's
Isn't
fantasy league.
McCaffrey and Cam Newton, are they the best QB running back duo in the NFL?
I would have to say so, because you can't say it's Eli and Saquon.
Daniel
That's for sure.
Jones and Saquon Barkley.
Okay, yeah. That's just
Kyle
taking-
Lonletta.
I think they're the best QB tandem, and they're definitely the best running back receiving and QB throwing tandem as well. Which
Yeah.
is
I like the Rams in this one, though. I just think that I just trust Jared Goff.
I think in Charlotte,
It's going to be a good game.
I think we're looking at the Panthers sneak it out here.
I think if you're watching a 1 o'clock game, this is the game to watch.
Yes, definitely. I
That
agree.
or the Vikings Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good games at the 1 o'clock docket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, getting into the 4 o'clock. Colts Chargers in LA.
I love myself some Philip Rivers.
He
I think
is-
the Colts still need a couple weeks to recover from the whole Andrew Luck
I
saga.
think they need a
Figure
couple
themselves
seasons.
at QB. Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
I don't
they
think
were
they're going to be
prepping.
bad this year, but
I
I
do.
think the Chargers win this one at home.
this entire offseason, I think they were ready for Andrew Luck to at least not be playing.
Even if
week
they
one.
were ready, you still need your QB with more experience than Brissett has.
I don't trust Brissett. We've
I
seen
do.
it
I like
before.
him. We've
I
seen it
think he's
before,
a
but you have to keep
fine
in mind he was traded
QB.
on Labor Day, and they played a week later. He was in the system for a week when he started playing. He's got 2 years under his belt now. In the best system they've had in a while. Best O-line. This O-line is much better than the one he was playing against before.
This game screams average, and I'll take the home team when both teams scream
I will
average.
I don't like the
I
Chargers
think-
defense right now.
Ooh, I disagree.
No,
Joey
the Chargers-
Bosa is right up
Chargers
there with
defense
Khalil
is
Mack.
good.
Yeah, but I think you sent
Their
T.Y.
defense
Hilton
is not-
down the field.
Now with Jacoby Brissett, it's been proven Ty needs Luck or that Peyton Manning guy. But
Who?
Jacoby Brissett, Jacoby Brissett is not the answer for Ty. I think he has a rough season.
The Chargers have a good defense. I wouldn't want to go against them, especially
Yeah,
with the Colts
they
not
are
being
a
good
Super
in
Bowl
this game.
contender.
I
Saying
think
it right
losing
now.
Derwin James is a lot, especially in this game.
It is. He was
It's a
very
lot
good
for
last
now.
year, but still, they have a good defense.
They do
They're
have
good without.
corners. If they shadow Ty, they might have a good shot. But
I love the Chargers in this game, and I love them throughout the whole season.
I
Watch
think
out.
if we're
Chargers
talking
are
about a QB that's going to hit a wall, I think that's Philip Rivers this year.
So you got Colts, Sean.
I'm taking the Colts in a narrow one.
Okay, so shoot a 1.
All right,
Chargers.
this one we can pretty much skip as well. Seahawks Bengals in Seattle.
Yeah, Cincinnati's horrible. I mean, there's not even much to say.
Tanking for
Their
Tua,
offensive
baby.
line, the defensive line, both lines are so bad. It's just going to be a Seahawks sweep. They're going to win. I don't see Cincinnati posting double-digit points.
I do find it interesting though. Let's see what Seattle's offense can do this year.
Yes, this is going to be
That's
like
what I'm most
a fifth
interested to see.
preseason game.
It's a trap game though.
It is a trap game, but when you're home, the 12th man in Seattle is too strong.
Yeah, I know. But if you lose this game, you know how bad that is. You really,
Yeah, I mean,
you
if
really
you
have
lose
to win
any
this game.
game, it's bad.
I know, but this is a game where you have to win. This is
Yeah.
a must.
Especially in that division. If you want to fight for that division spot, the winning the division, you have to win this game.
Yeah.
You never know.
Can't lose
Crazier things have happened.
All right.
Yeah.
One of the barn burners of the week, Lions Cardinals.
Good night.
I'll skip that one.
I'm not on the train with Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson.
Especially with that abysmal O-line.
Oh, God, they looked terrible in preseason. So did Murray. I needed a couple of weeks to be sure. I think they win this game, though, at home.
Nope.
Matthew Stafford, I trust.
I don't know. I think this Lions team is definitely not going to be where we may think that they could be.
Whether we think this Lions team's good or not, their offense is established.
Their offense is good. The Cardinals are not going to put up a lot of points, even though the Lions defense isn't that good. The Cardinals need more time. They need time.
The amount of statistical categories that the Cardinals defense was complete last in, insane. Way too many.
Matthew Stafford's going to pick them apart. This is going to be a high-scoring game for the Lions and not a high-scoring game for the Cardinals.
Check down to Kerryon Johnson 6 times in a row and then send one over their heads to Marvin Jones.
I can see this being a blowout, actually.
Yeah.
I like the Cardinals. Give me Kyler Murray. I trust
him. I'm giving the Lions double digits.
I trust in David Johnson.
All right. Sad to say I might be going to this game because the only reason I'm going is the Tim McGraw concert beforehand. 49ers at Tampa Bay.
Okay, I'm not going to let my bias get me here, but I still think the Bucs win this game. I think
Slugfest. This is going to be a great game in Tampa. I like the Bucs. I think Jameis Winston has a huge fantasy day. But San Francisco is not a team to just forget about. They have some pieces on offense that can make them dangerous. I just think in Tampa, Jameis is going to I think this is the year he takes the next step.
It has to be, or they're going to bench him.
I think you saw it at the end of last year. He started to hold on to the ball more, took more sacks.
Yeah.
Less throws in the back half. I think he was already making that turn. I think he can make it this year.
And
I don't think he has to make it in this game. I think they're going to win, regardless of
the defense improved.
There's two things that determine this.
You take it in the preseason. Their first-string defense was very good in the preseason. So I don't know how they have a new defensive system in place. We'll see how it works out. But
the only question is that offensive line is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody can run behind that line.
Oh my goodness, it was bad. I mean, when your first string offensive line allows 5 sacks.
It was bad.
I mean, bad. That's real bad.
I don't think Saquon, anybody could run behind that line. It's bad.
Speaking of which,
the perfect game for the Bucs to just get on their feet and see how good they are.
But there's two big question marks this game, one for each side that really determine it. Can Jimmy G bounce back? If he can bounce back, then I think I give this to San Francisco. If
what do you think
the Bucs can establish a running game, then they're fine. The ceiling for Jimmy G?
Do you think he can be an elite QB, or do you think his ceiling is just an average QB?
No, I think
it's
at the end of this year he can be a top 10 QB.
He could. We could always guess whatever. It's hard to recover from those injuries. I'm
way
not sure.
medicine is now, people are recovering faster and faster. Like you see, I know Emmanuel Sanders is an anomaly and it's an Achilles, not the exact same thing, but you see his bounce and everything in that one preseason game.
Let's give him a couple weeks.
I think Kittle can establish himself as the top tight end in the league this year.
I think Kittle has a massive fall off this year.
I disagree.
Massive.
You know what doesn't fall off? Speed doesn't fall off, and he's fast for a tight end.
But throwing the ball to him is the issue here.
They're going to start covering him like a wide receiver if he's that fast.
Yeah, but then the guys aren't big enough to cover him. That's the best thing about him. He has size and speed. That's a combination you just die for. That's exactly what you want in your tight end. You can't put a cornerback on him because they're too big, and you can't put a linebacker on him because they're too slow.
Well, he has a point.
We will see. I like Kittle, but I don't think he's the greatest thing.
There was also a point this offseason where Jimmy Garoppolo had a 0 QBR with 5 interceptions.
Jimmy Garoppolo scares
I know
me,
that's
but
blown out of
throw
proportion.
the ball to Kittle, how bad can it be?
Their offensive line maybe checkdowns to Kittle, but people know what to expect from Kittle now.
I don't know what part of the 49ers is above average.
They're tight end.
Yeah, they're tight end. That's exactly. But Their offense isn't above average. Their defense isn't above average. I can't see them having a good year.
Rebuild.
Alrighty, guys. How about the next one?
Giants
New York
at
Giants.
Cowboys. Oh, sorry. I stole your thunder. I
That's
thought I was
alrighty.
doing the whole thing.
That's all right. I got poker night soon. I got to make sure I get my way out there. But
Give me them Cowboys.
yeah, I like Dallas, especially with Zeke playing. As a Giants fan, it's tough for me to swallow it, but I don't know.
Rebuild.
Dallas
team.
Especially when they said
It's
Daniel
exciting.
Jones isn't playing this year.
Okay. Lions at Cardinals.
We went over that.
We did that. Okay, let me do it because I have the order.
Steelers at Patriots.
Steelers at
That's the next one.
Patriots.
This is good. I
Prime
think
time,
the best
baby.
game of the week.
I
Nope.
think it's the second best game of the week. I still want to see Panthers Rams really bad. I can't pick against the Patriots at home. I mean,
But-
until they prove me wrong.
I
it's
sure
a-
can.
Every
I
year,
sure can.
I tell myself the Patriots are going to regress. This is not their year. One, because I'm a Jets fan. Two, I just hate the Patriots and I hate seeing them win. And every year I tell myself and I claim, I'm like, the Patriots are going to regress. There's
Yeah.
moves that show it, and then all of a sudden they don't. And they're back at the top of the AFC like they are every year. And I think their wide receiver core now is more poised than ever to not regress. So you
They
know what?
lost
This year
Gronk.
I'm going to say
It's not easy to lose.
they
Gronk.
don't regress. But
I
I
think they
think
do
the
regress.
Steelers do.
I think they may actually regress a little on offense. I disagree with you there. I think they regress on offense. I think their defense is enough to keep them.
I've been
Competitive.
wrong too many times.
I think, but I still think the Patriots are the best.
The New England Patriots will not win the Super Bowl this year, and I don't think they win the AFC this year.
I think they win. Who
I don't
wins
think
the
they win this
AFC?
game. The
Who
Kansas
wins
City
division?
Chiefs or
Who
the
wins
San
They
Diego
win their
Chargers.
division, though, right?
No, they win the division. Their division
Yeah,
is
the division.
Child's
Abysmal,
play.
yeah, no, we're bad. Sorry.
No, but I like either the Chiefs or the Chargers and the Steelers and even the Browns to beat New England in the playoffs. This is not the same team. I know we say it every year they're going to regress, and they never do. This is the year. I hope so. I sure do, because I'm really sick and tired of seeing New England.
Me too.
I really am.
I need them out
But I
here.
think this
I'm
is
done.
the year, and I think Pittsburgh takes the next step. Watch
You
out.
gotta think people
Oh,
in New
they
England
lose-
are sick and tired of New
I think
England.
Pittsburgh takes a step back.
I don't
Pittsburgh
think Pittsburgh's
lost
a good team this
A
year.
locker room trouble, and that is
But they
Antonio Brown.
lost talent. A lot of
They
talent.
lost one of the best
Ju-
wide receivers in the league. Don't
Juju is ready.
locker room.
Juju is going to be a
Is
leader
he?
for the
To
team.
be
Against
double
number one
covered.
corners.
I think it is. I think he is. Juju is talented, and he loves the game. And you can't go against a guy that loves going to work. He's
Okay.
going to be playing his best football this season, guarantee it.
What's their final picks? I got Patriots.
Steelers. I mean, not Steelers.
Steelers.
You
Patriots.
got Patriots. Okay.
I can't.
So 2-1 Patriots.
All right. On
And
to
let's go the
Monday.
Monday night games. Two of them.
Texans at New Orleans.
Slugfest.
Saints, better team.
I think
What
this is
else
a
is there?
slow game.
Whoa.
I think the defense will show up, ready to play.
I think the Texans defense is worse this year.
I think the Texans are worse this year. I don't know what Bill O'Brien was doing. He looked like he was the GM like on Madden 20, and he just made a whole bunch of trades.
Well, the
because-
thing is, they didn't have a GM.
Texans have to
well,
establish
I know
the
it's
run
the
game
coach.
and slow
it's
the game
just-
down.
I think this is a bad team. You got Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins are the flashy guys in front, but this offensive line is terrible. They gave up the most sacks last year.
They just
I like
beefed it up.
The Texans' key to winning this game is keeping the game slow. They keep the game
Laramie
slow. They give
Tunsil
the
is
ball
not a beef.
to Drew Brees the least amount of times they can, and they slow the game down. They have a chance to win. But if the game starts turning into a shootout, there's no way they can keep up. The Saints are
Tunsil is
a better
an
team.
average lineman at best. Average.
I don't know. I think their offense is something
Whoa,
stellar.
No.
I think
I
this is the
disagree
best
with that.
Texans offense we've
It's-
seen in a long
Clowney, you lose Clowney,
time.
you get Tunsil.
Yeah.
I don't see it. We'll see.
Tunsil is an elite.
He's not
I
elite.
think no.
He's not elite.
Because I
He's
think we
elite
see
offensive
something
lineman.
very unique from the Texans tonight. I think we see some four wide sets.
It might be unique, but it's not going to be good unique. They're going to lose by 2 scores.
I think the Saints still win this.
Disagree.
This is definitely the Saints.
Yeah, I think the Saints win, but I don't think the Texans are nearly as bad as you're saying. All right, last game. Broncos at Raiders.
Oof.
This
I-
is sad. Why is this a Monday Night Football?
I'm going to bed after the Saints game.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not staying
Especially-
up. Yeah,
watch this?
no way.
Especially with Antonio Brown not being available for this game.
Well, we don't
And
know that yet.
You know
They still
they're going to be
haven't said
talking
anything.
about that instead of the game the entire time.
Because when they
Yeah.
were asked about it today, that they neglected to answer the question. So I think they're going to try to resolve this, get him on the field week 1 because they know his talent is going to be needed for the team.
He's making it hard. I mean, they're not going to cheat themselves. If he's doing something behind the scenes that go against their rules and guidelines, then he's not.
If we see a suspension, he will not be a Raider, and he's going.
Oh yeah,
because if he's
definite.
suspended,
100%.
their contract, because they have to make a contract decision by Saturday, and if they don't suspend him by Saturday, they have to pay him for at least the first year he was there and his guaranteed money.
Yeah, $30 million.
I think this game turns into who wants to lose more and which team. There's way the chances which team.
I think the Broncos.
I don't think Denver's.
I think the Broncos have playoff hopes this year.
Yeah, Denver's not throwing it away. I think this is a team that I don't think they make the playoffs by any means, but I mean it's a team that's going to give trouble to some others in that division and outside the division. So before I had Oakland win this game, and I'm not changing it because of Antonio Brown. I don't think a wide receiver could change the aspect of a game. He could, I like Denver now. I think they're going to go into this game. Everybody's making a big deal of Antonio Brown, but the Denver's sliding under the radar. I think they sneak into Oakland and grab a really ugly win, just like 13-10. Boring.
I think it's tough as bad as the Raiders are. I think home field advantage is big here with 2 bad teams, and I think the Raiders' home field advantage is one of the best in football. The fans are some of the best in football. I'm going to take the Raiders winning this one by a point or something like that, but I wouldn't bet anything on it.
All right. That wraps up our week 1 predictions. You want to get into some season predictions and then wrap it up?
We'll have to go quick. The boys are dealing the cards out, but we can go.
All right.
Start with the AFC.
Let's go.
I'm just
AFC
thinking.
East.
Oh, AFC East? Just
let's go.
Rattle off who's winning each division.
Okay, Patriots.
Patriots.
Okay, AFC West. I've got the Chiefs winning this. I don't think.
Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs, yeah.
AFC North. This is the interesting one.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I can't count out the Steelers.
I'd go with the Steelers too, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns end up having a good year, or even if the Ravens.
I think the Browns can sneak in there.
Yeah. AFC South.
Texans.
This one will have some different picks.
This one should be fun.
Texans.
I've got the Texans.
Give me the Give me the Jaguars, baby. They take the division 9-7. Ugly.
I like
division.
the Jaguars, but I can't count out the Texans. I think they're good.
The Jaguars are their best team in the division, and I think the Titans are the worst. I think the Colts are the second best.
All right, who are your 2 wildcard teams?
Wildcard teams from the AFC. Give me the Chargers all day.
Me too. The Browns and the Chargers.
Browns and Chargers. 12-4 Chargers, 9-7 Browns.
Chargers, Jags.
I don't think I think you guys are way too hype on the Jaguars. They don't turn around their offensive struggles that
Chargers win the AFC.
Nope, Chiefs. This is their year.
I think the Chiefs go all the way.
I love the Chargers this year.
I think the Chiefs are just the best team.
Andy Reid's cursed, but I like the Chargers. I mean, Chiefs. I can't speak.
NFC East.
You like the Chargers.
I like the
NFC
Chiefs.
East.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are the best team from the NFC East.
Good pick, but I like the Eagles.
I like the Eagles, but I like the Cowboys. Whoever doesn't win the division is getting a wild card.
Definitely a wild card. Yep,
it comes down to the division comes down to the head-to-head matchups. Eagles Cowboys.
I think
if a team sweeps that, then they won. But if it's 1-1, then we'll have to see.
I think the other one's a wild card, definitely. NFC West.
Rams.
The Rams.
The Rams. They have the best record in the NFL. I say 13-3.
Seattle, I think, is a sleeper for the 6th seed, but I just don't think they make it with how strong the NFC is.
I think they're a sleeper for the wild card, but I feel like it's going to be. There's going to be a wild card from the NFC North. That's what scares me, because the NFC North. I think the Bears are the best team in that division. The NFC North. We've already talked about the NFC North. But
Packers, baby. Green Bay.
I got the Bears, but I have whatever second place team. I think they're going to get a wild card. I think that's
what I hate about the NFC this year is that every division has at least one division winner and one very good case for a wild card if they don't win the division.
I agree.
NFC South. The NFC South is strong too. This is another one.
I like the Raging Cajuns in New Orleans.
Yeah, I still got New Orleans.
Just to be different, I'm going to pick the Panthers.
I don't know about that one.
Neither do I, but I just didn't want to agree with you guys.
I can't see the Saints.
Way to create the controversy. Yeah, I think the Saints are the best team, and it's not
Saints definitely make the playoffs. I can't not.
But my wild card is very, very different.
My wild cards are big in the NFC. All right, what are your 2 wild cards for the NFC?
NFC wild cards are. I have the Packers or Vikings. I still can't choose which one. One of them's coming from the NFC North, and the other one would be the Eagles.
I have whoever loses the NFC East, which is, I think, the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I have the Falcons.
I have the Falcons as well at 9-7.
Smart.
And I have the Chicago Bears missing the playoffs. The Vikings 10-6 going to the playoffs.
Wow.
Chicago goes 8-8, and they're scratching their head. Why couldn't we win? I'll tell you, offense. This is an offensive league. Yes,
and then they're going
defense
to
can win
sign
championships. all they
AJ
want.
Green, and they're going to be the best team in football.
Oh yeah, because he'll break his toe on the first play,
Woo!
and that'll be.
I think the NFC is just so much deeper than the AFC. They're just better teams in the
That's
middle.
why I think at least 3 of these teams that don't make the playoffs deserve to be in it.
You don't always see it reflected in the standings because of the fact that they play the AFC plays each other. So you don't see they can have just as good a records as the NFC, but I think the NFC is just better.
All right,
teams.
who's winning? Who's the AFC champ this year?
Chargers.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Chiefs.
NFC champion is
Eagles.
Saints.
Bears.
Ooh.
Wow, I don't even have them make the playoffs.
Super Bowl winners.
Super Bowl champion.
It's the Chiefs.
Right.
I like Drew Brees and the boys. Saints win the Super Bowl.
I like the Eagles. And just for fun, who's your Super Bowl MVP?
Alvin
Patrick
Kamara.
Mahomes.
All right, I got Wentz.
Always pick the QB or the running back.
All right.
How about most improved player? Who's your bold prediction of your most improved?
Ooh, I didn't have that one written down. Crap.
Me either. I'm just thinking off the spot of my head. I'm going to say Emmanuel Sanders.
I have everything else down. No, he's comeback player of the year.
Yeah. I will most improved, comeback, whatever.
There's 2 different things, I thought. Or is most improved not a thing?
I don't think most improved is. I think that's the
comeback player
award
of
I
the
won
year.
in middle school basketball.
Emmanuel
Earl
Sanders
Thomas?
is. Earl Thomas
For
is a good
comeback.
pick. All right,
Defensive player of the year, Joey Bosa, baby.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack.
Offensive
How
player
about
of the year.
Coach of the Year? What team does
Can we
Coach
get
of
the
the Year?
players first?
Okay.
Offensive player of the year.
Patrick Mahomes. McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
Give me Deshaun Watson.
Nope.
You're
All
just
right.
He'll be injured.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Josh Jacobs.
Agreed. Because I think Marshawn Lynch is in the CFL now.
I will never get to Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year is just too crazy.
Who's offensive rookie of the year? Then.
I'm not going to pick anyone for Rookie of the Year.
Boo.
Rookie of the Year is too crazy.
Defensive rookie of the year. Just because I'm a
That's-
Jets
that's
fan,
fine.
I'm taking Quentin Williams.
Bosa?
I'll say Williams.
Yeah. All right.
I just
Your MVP.
Patrick Mahomes.
Deshaun
Oof.
Watson.
Okay, you're just crazy. How in the world do you think
Phillip
Deshaun
Rivers.
Watson is okay? That's worse.
Alrighty,
I
guys.
don't know that's worse. At least we know Phillip Rivers is good.
I'll see you on the flip side, everybody.
All right.
Naughty.
Yeah, we'll just wrap this up.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to Pace Sports. We're not sure when we're going to be recording next.
There
but
will be another one before
For
week
next
2.
week. Yeah.
Yes, and we'll have our week 2 predictions, and we have a
And
lot more
other
to talk
stuff.
about.
And we got to step on a soapbox because I got something to get
Uh-huh.
off my chest.
Make sure to tune in.
Next
Thanks,
time.
guys.
Go to the NWSL.
Peace out.